Oh wow, hello everyone, good afternoon. As many of you that are watching, if you're watching from any part of the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm so happy and excited that we're finally here. Actually, a lot of people kept reaching out to me and asking, when are you going to start? You've announced this enough. And for some reasons I was supposed to postpone this to some other months because of some constraints on the side of my team, and I constraint that has to do with time, and then so many things that would have made me shift this. But because I've made a promise that we're starting this April, why I'm saying this now is that most of the videos you're going to see are not going to be coming in this form. You will understand, because today I'm going to be showing you some things, and actually we'll be presenting it in form of pictorial views so that you'll be able to understand better. With time we can move to the initial plan and settings, but for now I'm going to be bringing it your way in this form. So I'm excited that we're starting today. And guess what? I made a post some time ago asking people to choose which country to start with. Many people were saying UK, Canada, US. I got a lot of that. There were people who actually, chose Europe countries. Some chose Gulf countries. But because of the number of, votes that get towards UK, US, and Canada, we decided to start with UK today. So I want you to sit back. Now, again, to remind you what we said and what I've been saying, we're going to open up our VIP group today, and we're going to start the tracking today, tracking the consistency, tracking the engagement, because these are the quality, these are the criteria, what qualifies you to be called a VIP, a very important person. So we track your progress in the watching, viewing of our videos, consistency in sharing, engaging in all our platforms. Then we take note of you and single you out and add you to our VIP. And again, I want to say something else, because I see people reaching out to me asking, what if I don't want to wait for all this information? I don't know when you will get to the country I want. I don't know when you give me the kind of information I want. Can you just help me make the application? And I want to say it again. I am not a visa agent. I do not process or apply for anyone, visa for anyone. But I have people who are trusted and who can carry out these things on your behalf. So if you need that kind of special package for people to do it for you, and you come to me, then I direct you to someone who, each person has, specialty. So someone who does the one for Canada, I have someone who does for some other countries. Okay? So when you come to me in that manner, I'm going to direct you. You go and, pay for their services. But for this platform, you're going to listen. I'm going to give you the details, and, based on the research I've made, everything I'm going to say and I'm going to show you is subject to your own private research. But believe me, most of the thing I'm going to say, because I'm not going to say what I'm not sure of. I'm going to say what I believe that is the real fact. So I'm going to put them out, and like I said, we're starting today, and we're starting with UK. So sit back, fasten your seatbelts. And I know that there are some people that will say, oh, I already have what I want, or I already, or maybe when you get what you want, but you will still want to stick around. So I also will encourage you, sit around. And please engage in the videos. When we post a video, go under the video. Don't just leave. Don't just watch and get mute. Go under the video. It won't cost you anything to just drop your comments, encouragement, likes and all that, shares. Thank you so much. So sit back as we go into UK. Thank you. Okay, so we are looking at, the first thing we're looking at is UK visa immigration pathways. But before we delve into this, I want to quickly inform you or encourage you to watch to the end of this video, because there are things that we're going to discuss and you don't want to miss it. Important tips that I might give at the end of the video, which might be the crux of the matter. So who knows? stay to the end of the video, click the share button, and you can always refer back to this video. So now let's go into this UK immigration. So basically we are looking at visa types, global opportunities, and eligibility criteria. These are the important aspects of this UK visa pathways that we're going to be looking at. And from the next slide, we're going to explain each of these. So before you travel to the UK, or before you apply for visa, you must know the kind of visa that you need, right? And here are the visa types you can find on the UK website when applying for visa. Depending on what your purpose or your motive for travel is. These are the kind of visas or different types of visas that are available on the UK website for travel. Now, the first one is the visitor visa, then we have the work visa, the family visa, the study visa, entrepreneurship visa. This particular visa type just recently, they just recently included it. Then you have the youth mobility scheme visa. You can see an X beside it, and the reason why I put that X is to inform you in case you come across it anywhere, so you don't have to waste your time, that this particular visa type is not for Nigerians. Like, Nigerians are not eligible to apply for this kind of visa. I wish we can, because it's actually for youths between the age of 18 to 30, and even I think 1 or 2 more countries have their age limit up to 35. But unfortunately, Nigerians are not eligible. Maybe in the future, but for now, Nigerians are not eligible to apply for this particular visa type. And basically, we're going to start looking at these visa types, and I'm going to throw more interest for the meantime. I'm going to throw more interest on the work visa. Now, the work visa, according to the UK government, according to their own way of classifying or categorizing visa types, work visa is divided into 2 types. We have the skilled work visa and also the health and care worker visa. Okay? Now, the key difference between these two is basically in the eligibility and the role. For example, the skilled worker visa covers diverse sectors like the IT, engineering, etc. While the health care and care visa is restricted to specific qualified roles in health sector or adult social care. So that's basically the difference. So, in other words, if you're applying for a work visa, is either you're applying under the skilled worker, or you're applying as a health and caregiver, care worker. Maybe you are a health worker, or you're actually a social worker. Let me put it that way. So these 2 types of visa, which is the health and care visa and the skilled visa, are all under the work visa. Sorry. So, but the next thing we're going to look at now, we're going to first look at the skilled work visa. So the skilled worker visa is a visa route that allows the foreign nationals to live and work in the UK, provided you have a job offer from a Home Office approved sponsor. Take note of this statement: a Home Office approved sponsor. And also that you have the appropriate skill level that is needed for that particular role. And in some cases, you might need to demonstrate, the proficiency test for English language. You must need to, reach the level, especially mostly B2 in a standard English language test. There are different kinds of, so we're not going into that now. We'll do another video for that, okay? So, like I said in this, that you should take note of the Home Office approved sponsor. So then, that's the definition for the skilled worker. For those that, always hear it and are a bit confused, trying to understand what it means. Then, here are some features of skilled worker visa. You have the ability or the eligibility, you're eligible to work in the UK. That means you're free to work in the UK, right? And of course, the visa also grants you the privilege or the permission to bring your dependent, be it your children, your spouse, you can live with them while working in the UK. Then you have the long-term stay. You have a long-term stay, which is actually a pathway to indefinite leave to remain after 5 years. The indefinite leave to remain is called ILR. That will be another video, okay? But just take note of that word, that abbreviation, ILR, okay? Then it gives you also the privilege to change employers. For example, the employer that brought you into UK, for one reason or the other, you may want to change your job. You are free to move to another employer. Now, it also grants you the permission to handle more than one job. That means you can have a second job while working where you are working, okay? So these are the privileges or the features of skilled worker visa. So now, what is certificate of sponsorship? Certificate of sponsorship is actually a vital electronic document issued by a licensed employer. Remember what I said in the previous slide. It has to be a licensed employer. So a certificate or a vital electronic document that is issued by a licensed employer to a foreign worker, necessary for obtaining a UK work visa. So this is actually peculiar to UK. So when you're looking for UK jobs, it's not like your regular countries. This particular visa requires that you get what they call a certificate of sponsorship, and most importantly, from a licensed or approved employer. So it's actually the document or the certificate actually acts as a formal declaration that a job offer is legitimate and that it meets the visa requirements, okay, whether for skilled worker or for health and care worker. So basically that's the meaning of it. And then when looking at the next point here, which is the validity, this is very important. It means that when it has a validity of 3 months. Let me explain. So when you get this COS, which is the certificate of sponsorship from your from the employer, or should I call it a potential employer, when you get the certificate, you have only 3 months to apply for visa, meaning that immediately you get it, you should start planning, or at least make an application, a visa application, because you have only 3 months. After 3 months, that particular document, certificate, whatever you want to call it, the COS, will expire. So if you do not submit your visa application after 3 months of getting that, or from the time you get it, 3 months after you get it, then it becomes expired. So this 3-month validity from the time it is assigned, that means you must submit your visa application within these 3 months, like I said, from the date it was issued. And if you fail to apply within the window, the COS expires or becomes invalid. That means you must request for a new one. And remember how difficult it is for you to even get a job offer, and then not to talk of losing it or asking the same employer for another one. It will take the grace of God. So that is what basically that validity is talking about. Then you see the next point, they said use. It is a single use document. So if your visa is denied, you will need a new one. It means you cannot say, oh, because maybe one thing or the other, for one reason or the other, maybe the visa gets denied and you want to reapply. You need to get another COS. It doesn't matter whether it's from the same employer or from another employer. You need a new COS. Also, before submitting the visa application, ensure that what is showing on the website, where you on the management site for that particular application, remember, just ensure that it's still showing approved, issued. Ensure that it's not showing withdrawn or expired. I'm talking about the COS. So you don't go on applying for a visa not knowing that maybe the COS was withdrawn or has expired. So you need to check out for that tab. Ensure that it's still showing issued before you click the submit button. Now, apart from the certificate of sponsorship, there's something else you need to look out for, you need to be worried about, you need to be concerned about. That is very, very important. It's a very basic requirement that can also cause you a visa rejection. So even if you get a potential employer who is ready to give you a certificate of sponsorship, you must also be interested in knowing what is called the salary threshold. Now, for those of you who already know, you're aware that you need to meet that requirement before you can be able to apply. But for those who do not know, for the benefit of those who do not know what or understand what the salary threshold means, it means the absolute minimum amount, or I'll call it the mandatory salary rate, that the UK government is expecting that company to pay you per year. That means they must be able to pay you this amount to be able to sponsor your work visa. So just think of it as a financial gatekeeper, that if you get paid by even less than a pound, your visa will automatically be rejected by the Home Office. So the visa application will be denied, okay, regardless of how talented you are. So here's how it works. So it's not just a single number for everybody. So it's not uniform. It's a competition between two rules. One, I will call one the floor, and the second one the going rate. So for the floor, by saying the floor, I mean a fixed minimum amount set by the government, currently around £41,700. Now the going rate is the market value for your specific kind of job. For example, a senior architect is expected to earn more than a junior lab tech. Okay? So you have to, first of all, look at the minimum acceptable salary threshold, the general one. So let's say, for example, you've met the general salary acceptable rate, like the fixed amount maybe by the government, and you've met that fixed amount. This employer is willing to pay me this amount that is already set as the minimum by the UK government, right? Then again, you have to check the particular specific job, salary threshold. So of course, every job has its own salary threshold. So you go to your own job salary threshold and check to ensure that it also meets the salary threshold for that particular job or level or position. Okay? So this is what we mean by salary threshold. So it's very important that the employer meets the salary threshold, and then this employer is also ready to issue the COS. So the health and care worker visa is actually a specialized, I call it discounted version of the UK skilled worker visa, just designed specifically for medical and social care professionals. So we're not going to go into it today, and I want to use this opportunity also thank all those who stay to the end of this video. And the next video we're going to make, we're going to go deeper into skilled work visa. We're going to be mentioning companies that you can check. We're going to tell you how, we are going to practically show you how you can look out for these companies on the UK Home Office website, and how to check if this company is licensed. And we're going to be also bringing information surrounding the kind of skilled, because when we say skilled worker visa, what kind of jobs or what kind of roles fit into this skilled worker visa. So I'm going to be bringing a lot of, because who knows, a lot of people only think that IT or people in the field of engineering are basically the only ones that can get this skilled worker visa. But no, there are lots of fields, and who knows, it might actually be something you would have done or you are currently even doing. Probably is just the title of your job that makes you think that you don't this role does not fit you. But then we're going to break it down in our next video. Then you look back again and see some of the things I'm hearing today. I may have practiced it at my place of work, or it may be something I'm currently doing. Then you're going to redesign or streamline your CV and try to make it align with that particular role. And then there you go. You look out for the jobs, because if you open the home office website, you're going to see jobs, and then you're going to see the sponsored ones, and then you're on your way to becoming a skilled worker. So there you go. Thank you so much. This was the tips I said I would give to us at the end of this video, and I'm so glad and I appreciate all those who are watching me and those who will still come back to watch this video again. We have a lot of information for you, and you can't afford to miss it. Thank you very much for sitting with us, for watching. Please share the link. If you have not dropped a comment, please go to the comment section now. At least give us 2 or 3 comments. You'll be helping our engagement. You'll be helping our views. When you engage, you also encourage me to post more. So go to the comment section and just drop 2 or 3 comments. It wouldn't cost you anything to say something nice. And then click the like button, click the share button, and thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye. Like I said, this is not the intended setting for the podcast, but because of some technical issues and some issues surrounding the team, availability and time and all that, I decided to start because I promised. But we will get there. Thank you for listening. Bye.